Good evening. Today I'm going to talk to you about my community, Wallingford, PA, uh, and we're going to explore whether or not my community is a safe community based upon our learning, our readings, and my personal experience living in the community. The demographic makeup of Wallingford, PA is there's about 11,756 people there. The median age range is around 44. There's a high percentage, 96.4% of people who have a high school diploma or higher. The median household income is around 93,000, and there's about 3.9% of individuals in the population that live below poverty level. The racial makeup of Wallingford is primarily Caucasian. There's about 10,000 people who are Caucasian. There's about 278 people who are Black or African American. There's about 835 Asians, 25 American Indian. There's 0 Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islanders. And there's about 428 people who are 2 or more races, 203 that are Hispanic or Latino. So that being said, it's a primarily Caucasian community that I live in. As far as crime is concerned, we're pretty much on a low scale as far as violent and property crime. From a scale of 1 to 100, Wallingford is about 17 for violent crime, which is usually something that involved a physical contact as far as assault, rape, murder of any of the people who live that has occurred in that community. Then when we go to property crime from a scale to a 1 to 100, Wallingford is 16. The U.S. average is 38.1. So in regards to crime, we seem to be a pretty safe community to live in. Education. In Wallingford, the majority of the people have been a high school graduate only, or have a 4-year degree. Overall, as far as education, we seem to be high in comparison to the local community and the United States average. 64.5% of citizens are religious. The majority are Catholic. As far as the politics of Wallingford goes, there's about 60.16 people in Wallingford who are registered as Democrats. That's a little bit lower than the metro area, but still higher than the United States as a whole and PA. We have about 38.82 people are registered Republican. The unemployment rate is pretty low in Wallingford. It's at 5.10%. There's expected job growth within the next 10 years. The median household, as I said earlier, income is about 93,000, which seems to be pretty high. As far as informal institutions, there's a lot of parks and local schools and churches and leagues that is in the area. We have a few namesake parks such as the Smedley Trail, which is like a walking path. It's a really nice wooded area. They have a Gooley Park, which is about 9.8 acres, where there's a lot of performing arts and a large size creative living room. There's open soccer fields that offers soccer leagues. Then we have the Mickey Vernon Field at Bullens Park that offers a baseball field. There's also like Cub Scouts and local church groups that offer the opportunity for citizens of the communities to interact and just network. As far as formal institutions, Wallingford is in Nether Providence community, so although Widener and Swarthmore are not in Wallingford, they're right in the same Providence. So we picked, I put Widener in there because it is an institution that is a part of the community in a sense. Swarthmore also, there's a lot of Swarthmore natives that live in Wallingford. Swarthmore and Wallingford are the same school district, so either the kids go to live in Swarthmore or in Wallingford to attend the Strathaven School District. We also have Taylor Memorial Arboretum, which is a really nice nature trail and tour. It's a pretty much a key landmark in Wallingford where there's a lot of trees and you could take walking tours, and it's a really nice local community spot. There's also Woodrow Wilson Park, which is a half-acre park that has picnic tables and playground equipment, and it's also another landmark in the community. Here you'll see the map of Wallingford, and based on the map, you can see that there's like Brookhaven, Swarthmore College. You have Tinicum, Philadelphia's right there, Chester, so Tyler Arboretum. So all of this is in the same Providence as Wallingford itself. Here's another view, because the previous map didn't necessarily have specifically Wallingford written on it, even though it was a map of Wallingford, because it's such a small community in Nether Providence. So as you can see, Wallingford's right here. You have Rose Valley over here, and you have like Ridley Trails, Chester Park, Swarthmore's right here, Springfield Township. So all of this is a part of Nether Providence Township. So is Wallingford a good community? I would say yes. Based on the readings and the census information that was discussed previously, it's a pretty safe community. There's a commonality of values and goals. It's a very artsy, open, historical kind of neighborhood where people go to the local parks and you see shows, and there's all kinds of art opportunities for the kids. There's a family values and education seems to be a major part of the community. Opportunities for growth. There's opportunities to network and there's always some kind of business or new thing opening within a neighborhood. And then, as you can see earlier in the slides, there's projected growth, access to goods and services. As you can see in the map, there's several local communities around Wallingford that offers opportunities for stores, and there's plenty of malls, and 95 and 476 is a few miles away, so you can access like Philadelphia and more of the more urban, larger communities to be able to access goods and services. But there's a lot of local shops, food, and clothing venues that we also frequent. So overall, my conclusion based upon the information received and personal experiences, Wallingford is a good community to live in. Thank you for your time.